Welcome to Life Beyond Clinical Practice.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Life Beyond Clinical Practice. I'm your host, Dr. Diane, and I'm delighted to bring you another episode of the Awakening series. I can hardly believe that we are in episode 6, and much of what we've done up until this point has felt a little bit heavy because it's been confronting the questions, the internal shifts that many of us try to cover up. But I'm really excited about today's episode because it's a lot lighter and it's really about the permission to want more. And this is following on from our episode last week when we spoke about the realities of career grief. What it means to grieve a career that once worked for us but no longer does. And why responding to that grief and acknowledging it is an important step in the reinvention journey. So truth is, after we name grief, something interesting often happens. There's a little more space inside, a softening, a relief of acknowledging what's not working, a sense that maybe, just maybe, something else could be possible for you. And this episode is about that moment. The moment you notice a quiet desire emerging, and your instinct has typically been to shut it down. But that's not what we're going to do today, because wanting more has been labeled as selfish in the past. It feels impractical or ungrateful, or at least we think that's what society would perceive it as. But today, we're going to reframe that. I want to state up front that wanting more is not a character flaw. Many clinicians are deeply uncomfortable with desire because we've been trained to serve, to be selfless, to endure, to be satisfied with being good enough. So when longing arises for more meaning, more alignment, more creative expression, we start to question ourselves. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just be content? Why do I want more when others have less, or when others envy what I have? But desire is not entitlement. It's simply information. It's your inner world signaling that something is ready to expand. And let's be clear, when I say more, I don't necessarily mean more money, more outward things, or more status, more responsibility. Often the more, when you are a mid-career professional, often more means more truth, more alignment, more energy at the end of the day, more of you in your work. This kind of wanting isn't restless. It's rooted in maturity and the desire for growth. And this comes after grief, after honesty, and after self-respect. So today we're releasing guilt around desire. Because truth is, many professionals carry guilt for wanting more because they confuse gratitude with self-denial. But gratitude doesn't require you to stay small. It doesn't ask you to ignore growth. It doesn't demand loyalty to do something that no longer fits. You can appreciate what your career has given you and still acknowledge that it's time for something different. Wanting more doesn't erase gratitude. It simply builds on it. So here's my invitation to you in this episode. Let yourself imagine without commitment and without restraint. Not how you will change or when, just what feels life-giving. What kind of work would energize you instead of drain you? What environments allow you to feel most like yourself? What problems do you feel drawn to solving now? Because imagination is not a distraction. It's a call to more. It's a rehearsal for alignment. So as we close today's episode, I want to leave you with this. If wanting more didn't come with guilt, what would you allow yourself to desire? Not forever, not perfectly, just now, in this moment and in this season. In the next episode, we'll begin talking about value, the value you carry beyond any job title or role. Because once you give yourself permission to want more, the next question naturally becomes, what do I really have to offer? And until then, be kind to your wanting, because it's not pulling you away from who you are, but it's leading you closer to that authentic version of yourself. So until next time, stay in this reflective mode and don't lose sight of what you've been called to, because there is more for you on the other side of the awakening process. Until then, goodbye.